In a dramatic display of military might, dozens of U.S. Air Force F-16 fighter jets roared into the skies in a massive coordinated operation, prompting speculation and concern among international observers. The operation, which took place from multiple airbases across the continental United States and overseas installations, marks one of the largest non-combat deployments of fighter aircraft in recent years. Witnesses described the thunderous sounds and synchronized takeoffs as unlike anything seen since the Gulf War. The operation began at dawn under a veil of secrecy, with jets launching in rapid succession from key strategic locations including Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada, Eglin in Florida, and Ramstein in Germany. According to U.S. defense officials speaking on condition of anonymity, the mission is a readiness and projection drill designed to test global response times, combat efficiency, in rapid coordination under simulated combat scenarios. However, the scale of the operation has left many questioning whether there's more at stake than mere drills. Military analysts immediately picked up on the operation's scale and speed, noting that the timing coincides with rising tensions in Middle East. While the Pentagon insists this is a scheduled training exercise, the sheer volume of deployed aircraft, along with support tankers and surveillance planes, suggests an elevated level of urgency. "You don't scramble this many fighters without sending a message," said retired Air Force General. International responses have been swift. Russia's Ministry of Defense called the operation provocative, claiming it could escalate military tensions in already fragile regions. China's Foreign Ministry issued a rare nighttime statement, urging the U.S. to exercise restraint and warning against what it described as irresponsible power projection. Both nations have ordered increased aerial surveillance in the wake of the operation. Back in Washington, press briefings were tense and short on details. Pentagon press secretary confirmed the launch, but emphasized its defensive nature. "This is a demonstration of our ability to respond globally with speed and precision. It is not a threat, but a signal to our allies and adversaries alike that the U.S. remains fully committed to the defense of peace and international stability," he said. Despite official reassurances, geopolitical experts are raising alarms about the risks of miscalculation. When you have this kind of mass mobilization, it can easily be misinterpreted as preparation for war, warned Dr. Elena Sobchak of the Center for Strategic Studies. One radar blip misread, one intercepted message taken out of context, that's all it takes to escalate into a confrontation. Sources within NATO confirmed that member nations were briefed on the operation in advance, but not all were comfortable with the plan's aggressive optics. French defense officials reportedly expressed concern over the perception of provocation, while Eastern European countries like Poland and the Baltic states welcomed the show of force amid growing fears over Russian military movements near their borders. Meanwhile, satellite imagery and air traffic monitoring services revealed complex aerial refueling patterns consistent with long-range mission profiles. This suggests that at least part of the operation involves extended simulated strike missions possibly aimed at demonstrating deep penetration capabilities. Defense experts interpret this as a direct message to nations developing anti-access, area denial, A2, AD systems. Inside the jets, pilots operated under full combat protocols. Sources familiar with the exercise said participants engaged in simulated dogfights, electronic warfare jamming, and evasion drills against advanced simulated threats. "This is about more than flight hours," said Lieutenant Curl, a former F-16 squadron leader. "It's about testing our full-spectrum readiness mentally, technically, and strategically." Public reaction within the United States has been a mix of pride and unease. Social media erupted with footage of the takeoffs, formation flying, and air-to-air refueling operations captured by amateur aviation enthusiasts and leaked from military personnel. Still, many Americans expressed concern about the implications of such an aggressive military posture. As the world watches with bated breath, the message is unmistakably clear. The United States is reminding the global stage of its unrivaled air dominance. Whether this massive operation is purely a rehearsal or a calculated deterrence maneuver remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the sky has never looked so crowded or so tense. In a high-security airbase under intense desert heat, U.S. Air Force ground crews conducted a critical and dangerous mission, arming a fleet of F-16 Fighting Falcons with live ordnance. Working with swift precision and under extreme pressure, technicians loaded advanced weaponry, including JDAM bombs and AMRA-AM missiles, preparing them for imminent deployment. The atmosphere on the tarmac was tense, as every action carried the weight of lethal consequences. Inside the hangars, the meticulous process of arming the aircraft continued with an eerie silence, broken only by the clatter of tools and short bursts of radio communication. Crews worked under strict protocols, knowing that even the slightest error in the wiring or fuse settings could result in disaster. Each bomb was carefully mounted and programmed, its status confirmed through blinking console lights as the aircraft systems ran internal checks. As they armed each bomb, a second team conducted diagnostics on the F-16's weapon systems inside the cockpit. The pilot, a seasoned major with over 1,500 flight hours, sat in full gear, helmet on, visor down, going through the startup procedures with tense focus. A weapons technician tapped rapidly at a ruggedized laptop connected to the aircraft's fire control system. JDAM online. Laser guidance aligned. All systems green, she called out, though her voice wavered slightly. Everyone knew that any software, glitch, or GPS misalignment during a bombing run could result in a failed mission or, worse, an international incident. As the final bomb was locked in, the crew stepped back, the tension now replaced by a momentary silence. A young airman muttered a quiet prayer under his breath, eyes fixed on the Falcon's sleek gray fuselage. Overhead, the piercing cry of another fighter taking off shattered the calm. The airbase was fully alive now, a synchronized machine of war. The F-16's General Electric engine whined into life, the sharp scent of exhaust mixing with the acrid smell of explosives. The roar grew deafening as the pilot received final clearance from the tower.